Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to another episode of Weekly Dose with your host, Nickihanna. Now, as I told you guys, this week I will be up in drag. I'm not feeling sick no more. But enough about me. Let me introduce you to my guest today. We have the amazing living Philly icon, Moon Baby, with us today.
Hi everyone. How is everyone doing? Hi Nikki, what's up?
Hi, baby.
It's so
Alrighty, we on episode 7 of RuPaul's Drag Race, and only 3 queens have went home so far.
uh,
I am ready to announce a winner already.
yeah, I'm ready to choose who goes home. Like, let's make it happen.
Okay, so just a quick recap of what happened last episode was the last challenge was a discometry, like sort of like dancing challenge. By far one of the best challenges ever to hit on RuPaul's Drag Race.
So much fun.
Oh my god, I was so jealous with the girls. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
So we see Olivia Lux officially win her first challenge of the season. And unfortunately, we have our bottom two, Kandy Muse and Tamisha Iman, where we had to say goodbye to Tamisha. But we love you, Tamisha.
We
I
love
just love her.
legend.
Alrighty, so we are back into the workroom, kicking off episode 7. We just got done with the lip sync. Kandy Muse is coming in, and she's feeling kind of guilty having to send Tamisha home. What are your thoughts about that, Moon Baby?
I mean, I get it. I think she's probably mostly guilty about the way she acted. I mean, obviously it was so much fun to watch. She knew she was making really good TV, but at the end of the day, I think the reality set in. Like, yeah, you are on TV, but like these are your girls and your actions might send them home. So I think it was mostly like kind of a guilt there.
Yeah,
And it is a bummer. Tamisha's so iconic and legendary.
yeah. I felt like this definitely picture her in a better light. Now I ain't gonna hold you. I would have loved it for some more drama and for they be like, yeah, I sent that bitch home now what?
Right.
But I definitely think it painted her in a good picture.
Yeah.
And I feel like it was genuine. So that's all that matters,
Yeah, for sure.
especially. All right. So we get into one of my favorite mini challenges. Now, first of all, I'm not a big fan of mini challenges on Drag Race, but this one is a staple in Drag Race. And the library is open because reading is what?
It's fundamental, honey.
Okay. So now I didn't know they was going to kick it off this early in the competition, but that's fine. Who are your favorites?
I mean, Mick was so funny. Um, I really, to be honest, like I liked how random Candy was. Like ending with that comment about Utica, everyone was just like, "What did you just say that for?" That's like very my style of comedy. How about you?
I actually liked it. Got mixed. My favorite was Simone though, when she said, "Tina,
Uh,
how much Tina have you actually burned?" I was like, "Oh."
yeah, and every seventh grader who watches the show is like, "I don't get it." Uh, yeah, so and also Simone, she just has this way of like giving you that old school way of talking. It's so like bitch track to me that like I just love hearing her say anything. So hearing her read is just so good.
Yes. So we found out that Gottmik wins. Woohoo, Gottmik, yes.
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken, I think this is her second mini challenge win.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So we get into our main challenge today. They're bringing back Bossy Rossi, but it's Bossy Rossi After Dark.
Mhm.
Now, I do want to say I actually liked this challenge as an improv challenge back in season 10. So I was actually happy that they brought it back because I thought it was successful.
Yeah, I thought it was cute. It's a nice, there's so many of them. It's good to pair them off and make them be funny. It's what we want.
Mhm. So we have our groups. We have our first group, Lala Reed, Denali, and Rose. We have our second group, Gottmik, Utica, and Olivia Lux. Our third group, Simone and Kandy Muse. And our last group, which is Tina and Elliot. I felt for Tina.
Oh my gosh. She could tell she was just like immediate smile wiped off her face, when she found out. So yeah.
Yeah, especially. Now, let's hop right into the challenge. We have our first group, Lala, Reed, Denali, and Rose. I want to say they would. first of all, no groups was like terrible. Like it wasn't like
Yeah.
nobody was an epic fail. But I did definitely enjoy Denali's Rose and La La Ree improv. I
Mhm.
wasn't too happy about the scenario they had to improv. I thought it was a crappy scenario,
Yeah.
but I think they all did well.
Yeah, I think with Lala definitely didn't do the best in that group, but it was kind
Mhm.
of it's really hard to enter the scene last. And I kind of felt like when they chose the roles that Rose and Denali were like, okay, well, we're Kiki sisters, so we're gonna do these rules together, and then you have to show up because we're not really friends with you. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
set her up. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I will say I was pleasantly surprised at Denali. Just because based off the last acting challenge, Denali was in the bottom two.
Yeah,
So you can definitely tell she has taken her notes and she definitely applied it to this challenge. I'm so proud of
for
Denali.
sure. Yeah.
So we have our second group, which is Got Mick, Utica, and Olivia Lux.
Gottmik so casually just running the scene, like really comfortable doing it and being funny. So I loved Gottmik. And who else was it?
Utica Queen and Olivia Lux.
Utica, Mama, rough, in my opinion. What did you think of Utica?
I I felt like it was okay.
Yeah,
The problem is she did not really do the improv with the other two girls.
right.
It was like Olivia and got Mick, and then it was just Utica doing her own thing, which I did not mind, but it
No,
just didn't work in this challenge.
yeah, and it's the same. It's like what I just said with Lala. Like you have to come into the scene and like you kind of disrupt what's already happening. So if you don't gel, it's just like tough shit, kind of.
And I felt she looked gorgeous. Oh,
She did.
I wish I could have a body like that.
Her legs are crazy.
Oh my gosh, jealous.
Yeah.
All right, our next group is Simone and Kandy. I want to say they did good. I was expecting more.
Yeah.
There was times where like I know Simone, she was supposed to be, acting like she was crying, but she had a whole smile on her face. And Kandy, even though we are known for Kandy to be over the top, and she did take the risk of, not doing too much, I felt like what happened was, what's that guy? Ross Matthews.
Yeah.
He overtook that scene when it was just him and Kandy. I felt like that was not good. But
Yeah, and I don't know if like they tell Ross like, okay, make it difficult for them or what, but it always feels like he's throwing the ball to one person and everyone else kind of has to fight for it.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I felt
Mhm.
for them, but I do think, I mean, Simone really understands comedy, like walking
Mhm.
over the fence instead of trying to open the door, like just small stuff like that. Were so smart.
Mm-hmm. And then we have our last group. We have Tina Burner and Elliot. I think I think Tina did great. It was Tina's scene.
Tina did great, but you could see her like anticipating, okay, what's it gonna be like to work with Elliot? And who knows like how much they had time to prepare too.
Mhm.
Like
I felt like she was carrying Elliot. I didn't think Elliot did that bad as the judges made it seem, but it was just to me it was just all about Tina. So
yeah. Well, and that clearly she was like, okay, I'm not gonna be a team player. I'm gonna make sure I don't go home. I don't care if we lose and Elliot goes home.
okay, okay. So we get done with our challenge and we're back in the workroom and we find out that Simone is a bit of a perfectionist. She really definitely holds high standards for herself, but she's always trying to meet expectations of other people. I thought this was so this is a good side to see of Simone, but also as drag queens, we all have like a little bit of perfectionist in us.
Oh my gosh. And just, especially on Drag Race, but
Mhm.
even coming to doing a show at somewhere like in Philly, we all feel that sense of like, okay, who's in the show? How am I going to hit my mark? What are they going to do? It's not necessarily competitive, but we're always trying to hit our note the hardest so
Mhm.
people really recognize us. So I really felt that.
Yeah, I'm like there's drag queens ain't late for a gig for no reason.
Totally.
Okay. Alrighty. So, and we also found out that, Elliot feels sort of left out from the group with the other girls. And, we dive into that discussion with between her and Tina Burner.
Right.
And Elliot reveals to us that she has depression, major depression. I don't know what she called it something else. I was like, girl, it's major depression.
Right.
What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, major depression, constable depression, vice principal depression. I think a lot of queer people have depression. I'm sure a lot of people on that cast have depression, especially having to film during a pandemic. I'm not saying it shouldn't be an excuse. I do think it's real and that it can really overtake someone. But I also think like Kandy brought it up in a really brash way, but she lacks the self-awareness to realize like you have depression, but you're also like kind of passive aggressive about addressing other people, So like maybe you're a loner but because you're depressed, but you might also be a loner because you're not like super nice.
Oh my god, I thought I was just the only person thinking that. I'm like, now I don't think Ellie is like this very mean person. I do think she's very awkward, and that comes off as passive aggressive.
Yeah.
I'm like, girl, bitch, everyone has depression, damn near. Okay, we're not trying to hear
Yeah.
that. We all have it. I don't know. I just did not feel for Elliot in this scene. Tina was like crying for her, and I'm just like, girl, y'all all have depression. I'm pretty sure.
Right. And like, maybe it's not okay to say, but like if Tina Burner had said she had depression, I would have been like, girl, you're gonna get through that. You know what I mean? Like I'm just not rooting for Elliot. I'm sorry.
All right, so we are into the runway, and the category is what? Beat It, which I obviously knew it was Beat It from the previews they was showing last week. Now, usually I try to guess the previews, like the category based off the previews they show, but this was the first time I hit it right on the net. I'm like, ooh, it has something to do with beads. But anyway, what would you have done if you was on the main stage of RuPaul's Drag Race and the category was what? Beat It.
Okay, I think if I were on Drag Race, I would be very purposefully like, I misunderstood the assignment. And I would have come out as a bee, like a bumblebee.
A bumblebee. Oh my gosh. Now, would that be made out of beads or just a bee?
No, I would have just been like, I'm bead. I bead myself. I'm a bee.
Okay.
Do you know what you would do?
I would actually have done like a stained glass painting, but out of beads.
Oh heck yeah! Like those iron ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which I think what Rosé's look was made of.
Uh-huh. Yeah. But that's a lot of work and a lot that's a tedious ass outfit. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so let's get into these looks. Let's examine looks. Let's judge these bitches.
Yeah.
Of course, we're not on Drag Race, so our opinion definitely counts.
Yeah.
All right, our first girl, we have Denali in the chandelier outfit.
Stunning.
Like, I thought she looked immaculate.
Yeah.
I would have never thought, beads and chandeliers. I was like, this, it was so out of the box, but yet so polished. So I really loved it. This look. It was one of my favorites of the night.
Yeah, for sure.
Our next girl is Rosé. This just gave me a headache. In a good way.
It's fine. What do you think of it?
I thought it was good. I liked the concept of like this Tinkerbell, but I remember looking at that outfit and it was good. Don't get me wrong, it was good. But I'm like, girl, that is whoever did that for you really loves you, because if I was a designer, I'm like, girl, no, I'm not putting that many hours into that's a lot of hours. That's a lot of beads. Yeah. So I was like, oh no.
Yeah, it was one of those things where it was like, I see what you did there, but obviously the judges didn't, because you would have been in the top if they had understood it. You know what I mean? Like it was an incredible amount of work.
Yeah. Our next girl, we have Lala Ree. What do you think of Lala Ree's look?
I was watching it during a viewing party, so I had these sclera contact lenses in, so I couldn't completely see. I thought she looked amazing.
Mhm.
And even now, looking back at it, I'm like, yeah, girl, you did that. And I think that I mean, we'll get into who was in the bottom, but I don't know that it should have landed her there. But anyway, what do you think?
I liked it, but I liked it because I liked it because of like, oh my gosh, girl, these are dollar store ass beads.
And
And
she was selling, you know what I mean? Like she fully
yes,
commits, and that's what I
I,
love about her.
I literally have on my notes, I said, she makes me want to go to the dollar store, buy a bunch of beads,
Yeah,
and make an outfit out of
yeah,
it.
she is a drag queen, mama. Like that
Yeah.
was drag to me.
And it was movement. It was
Yeah,
movement.
it's
And
really smart.
yeah. So I will say I didn't like the this is for current theme of Mardi Gras. I'm like, girls.
Yeah, a little. Yeah,
It was a little redundant. But nonetheless, I still think she looked great. I don't think it's her best outfit, but nonetheless, still great.
yeah.
Our next girl is Got Mick.
Yes, I loved this, but I feel like we've seen. I feel like we've seen it. Um, so this certainly didn't reinvent the wheel enough for me to like really gag. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wasn't too much here for it based off of what Got Mick have showed us in her other runways and
Very true.
basically, and like the latex beads, as hair. I've already seen it. I was like,
Yeah.
I felt like she could have done more. She could have done more. And so I was like, it's not a bad outfit. I was just a little let down because it was Got Mick.
And the fit, I mean, the fit when you wear latex, it should be like, and it just kind of wasn't, you know?
Yes. Our next girl is Olivia Lux. Um, it was okay. I feel like it needed to be elevated though. There was something about it that wasn't
It
elevated.
was very, um, it was like something, a stunning look that you would see a Rue girl wear for a meet and greet. But like, I'm trying to see the headliner. And
Yes.
okay, if the wig makes the outfit and someone wore the same week the week prior, like you need to pull something else out, you know? Yeah. And that's the second time Olivia has worn something someone else wore.
I'm I actually thought it when I seen it, I was like, okay, you know what? I actually think this wig is actually Olivia's and she let Kandy Muse borrow.
Ah!
And I'm like, girl, if you're doing it, I hope you're not doing it. But I felt like the one thing, there was something else I didn't like. There wasn't enough beads. I know she was saying she had beads all over her outfit, and she had like a bead chain. But I'm like, the main attention to me was the hair, and that's the problem.
Yeah,
And those
yeah.
wasn't beads in her hair. Those are ballies.
Well, and like, okay, if the beads in the hair are gonna be the feature, come out in literally no clothing and hair down to your toes. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Our next girl is Kandy Muse. I actually like this. I just wish she would have just removed the fur at one point, like all of
Uh-huh. Give us some burlesque.
hmm
Because you're wearing, you were doing the pasty moment. But yeah, I thought it was so stunning.
Yes, dripping down to the floor.
Yeah.
Um, I would have loved it if someone did like their whole entire hair, like floor length, just full of beads.
Oh,
That would have been
so
cute.
good.
All right, so our next girl, speaking of beads in hair, we have Simone. This is by far one of the best outfits on the season. Oh my gosh.
But like truly unbelievable. She is so, I mean, I think she's my winner, but she is so, so impeccable. I can't deal with it.
Her sense of fashion is amazing.
Yeah.
Even down to the choice of colors against her skin. I was like, God damn. And she has a great body. I was
Oh
like,
my God. And her skin.
oh my
Oh,
goodness, just glistening.
yeah.
This was by far my favorite look of the runway. It was at first Denali's. When I first seen Denali's, I was like, all right, this is gonna be the best outfit. I already know it because it's
Right.
the original. And then this bitch came out with Simone and her hair. I said, nope, it's her. It's her. It's definitely her.
Absolutely.
All right, now speaking of everything, we have our next girl, Tina Burner, in this Mardi Gras campy look.
I hated it so much. I hated it. And we when we watch Drag Race, like our pod, we watch it. We're always like, she's gonna come out in red and yellow, And we were watching it last night and we were like, I honestly, at this point, I wish she had worn red and yellow because this is what she came up. I just hated it. I hated it.
I agree. Now we all were in Philly, so we all know of Tina Burner for the most
Yeah.
part before Drag Race, and she has some great connections with some designers. She know how to turn a look, but I'm just like I just felt underwhelmed, with what she's bringing in this outfit. Girl, I would have rather had you not even did the reveal.
Why the reveals? Why the reveals? That was the part that was kind of like, okay, so you know it's shit, so you had to you had to give a show.
I was just like, just keep it on. Just keep
Yeah.
it. And it's dive into what I'm about to say what I'm about to say a little bit later. But our last girl we have is Elliot with two T's in this 1920s flapper look. I actually liked it.
I liked it. I really though hated the hair. If you're gonna do flapper, give me like a finger wave and
Mm.
like perform the act. Like what I love about drag and like kind of like the ball culture is that like you come out and you are a flapper. You walk like a flapper, you act like a flapper. Like I wanted to
Mhm.
see that performance and it just wasn't there. So it bummed me out.
Definitely, definitely. I felt the same way. I'm like, now the outfit, I liked it, the entire outfit, great movement. I just did wish she had a finger wave.
Yeah, with that headband just flattening her face. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty, we get into our critiques. And our top girls of the week are Kandy Muse, Simone, and Olivia Lux. And our bottom three queens this week are Utica Queen, Lala Ree, and Elliot with two T's. What did you think? Did you think that there was any girls who were safe that should have been in the top or bottom?
I really don't. I mean, I feel like the challenge itself was such a toss up as to who did best. So I kind of just judged it on the runway. How about you?
I felt like um I felt like Tina should have won.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I would have switched out Kandy for Tina. Have Kandy be safe and put Tina.
You
Um,
know, I can see that. Kandy was pretty plateaued during the challenge. I can.
yeah. But then again, Kandy look was way better than Tina's. Tina's by far had the
Really, really.
but so we find out that Olivia Lux won her second challenge. I was
I
surprised.
was surprised.
I was surprised too. I thought I was gonna go to Simone because of her outfit.
Yeah, I was very surprised. I'm happy for Olivia, but I really would have thought Simone. But I understand at this point, like Simone can't win everything. There's no nuance to her then winning the whole thing.
Oh yeah.
So,
I'm like, please don't let this be another season 12 because I hated season 12. Like,
girl.
every the same two girls just kept on winning until like the end of the season.
Was that the season ever? No, that was Evie's season where everyone was just sharing wigs.
Oh yes. No, I will say I liked it Evie season a lot better than season 12. I'll tell you
Yeah,
that.
that was a rough one.
Huh?
Yeah, season 12 was rough. I like this season. I just wish it hadn't started with 2 episodes that basically didn't matter. 3, rather.
Yeah. 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 Those episodes were catered for the people who love the runways.
Yeah, and who are, I think it was for people who are new to the show too, you know?
Yes. Alrighty, so Olivia wins, and our bottom two queens are Lala Ree and Elliot, which I do not agree.
Who do you think it should have been?
It should have. Um, I did not care whether if Rue saved Lala or Elliot, but Utica should have been lip syncing against one of them.
I agree. I agree with that.
When she said Utica saved, I was like, what?
Yeah. Well, because the best part of Utica's look, even for the runway, was I was almost like, well, if you took the beads off, it would be so fierce. You know what I mean?
I felt like there wasn't enough beads at all. I was like,
Right.
there was, I don't know. To me, there wasn't enough beads to her
The
outfit. I thought
beads
you
weren't
skipped
the
her.
feature, and like the point is that the beads are the feature, you know. So
Yeah,
yeah, I think she should have been the bottom, absolutely. she probably would have gone home.
I said the same thing. I was like, girl, they wasn't gonna put her in the bottom because they knew Lala or Elliot was going to send her home. So,
Yeah, for sure.
but so the lip sync song is "Whole Lot of Women" by Kelly Clarkson. I am not familiar with the song at all.
Me either.
So, who did you think did the better job with the lip sync?
Honestly, it's really unfortunate that Lala just felt defeated. She didn't give the the full performance for me. I don't know. What
Yeah,
do you think?
when I first heard the song, I was like, okay, this is definitely like in your face. This is definitely Lala.
Yeah.
I started slowly seeing her feel like she was like performing, but I'm like, girl, this is not La La Ree when it was her in the bottom 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
And I did feel like Elliot did a great job,
yeah.
but also Elliot did have kind of the advantage. I felt like the look helped with her
Yeah.
performance. Also, a bitch love. Listen, there is a blessing in performing with a short wig.
She.
Okay, because Lala's hair kept getting away, whereas Elliot's it wasn't. But also, Elliot already seen Lala perform,
Uh-huh.
so there was already an advantage for Elliot.
Yeah.
I agree. I think Elliot did the better job,
Yeah.
but unfortunately, we have to say sachet away to Lala Ree, the second Atlantic. I said Atlantic. Second Atlanta girl. Time for a vacation. So we had to say goodbye to Lala Ree. And we are down to, I believe, 9 queens, 10 or 9 queens now.
Yeah.
hmm Who are your front runners as of the moment?
Simone.
Give me a top four.
Oh boy. Okay, Simone, Candy. Uh, I don't know. Bring Joey J back. And I think and Gottmik, I think. How about you?
I think my my winner. I know I say this every week. Philadelphia. I know y'all don't like this bitch, but I want Rose to win.
Who?
Rose. Rose. I do. I love Rose. I It's something about Rose I just live for.
Ah,
I know.
I'm gagged. Oh my
I
god.
know. I was like, and then everybody who I bring on here, they be like, Rose. I don't know why. Also, I really did not like Jan last season, so
Oh, unlikable.
but yeah, I want Rose. I want my Rose. I said my Rose. I want Rose to win. I think my other three girls will be Olivia Lux,
hmm
um, Simone. I'm trying to give Tina Burner some, I don't know. I would love Tina Burner in the top four because I feel like she's well rounded, but
Yeah,
these looks, mama,
it's
it's,
not it.
it's not it. So those are my top four at the moment.
Work.
So who do you think is going to go home next, or had the potential to
Ooh.
go home next?
I mean, they have to get Elliot out of here. But I feel like honestly that everyone else in the cast is so like on the same level, even just socially, that they have to keep Elliot around. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah. Oh yeah. Because it's
So
like,
I think we need a true upset. Like for me, it was upsetting to see Lala Ree go because I think she is so stunning and just like she's the girl I would be pounding the ground watching, just like so excited to watch. So I think like someone like Utica will go home soon to kind of like upset the viewership because it's been kind of like easy.
yeah. I I personally feel like Elliot will be the next one to go. I don't know. We did not look at no spoilers, people, so we do not know.
Yeah.
Elliot. I definitely see Utica going home soon. But I feel like they giving Utica this crystal method edit they did last season, where
Yeah, but for me, it's like the Laganja Estranja level annoying version of Crystal Method. It's like so like abrasive. So
I
yeah.
yeah, I feel like because remember last season, Crystal Method, she was in the bottom three like I don't know how many times
Yeah.
until the end of the season. So I'm like, and I'm seeing the same thing with Utica. I'm like, girl, if y'all don't put this bitch in the bottom two already. But if they want to upset the fans, y'all know to send Olivia home.
Uh-huh. That'd be crazy.
Okay. All right, everyone. Well, that concludes our episode of Weekly Dose with me and our special guest today, Moon Baby.
Hi, bye.
She was like, Moon Baby, where can everyone catch you on social media wise?
I'm on Twitter and Instagram, the Moon Baby, and I have a Facebook page. It's facebook.com/I am the Moon Baby.
Okay, let them know the one and only Moon Baby.
Thank you.
Alrighty, guys. We will see you back next week with another episode of the Weekly Dose with another special guest. All
Yeah.
right, bye everyone.
Bye.